Hello there, welcome back. It has been a crazy year. Um, Sorry I haven't uploaded in a while. It is now the end of November. My last episode that I uploaded was about burnout, which was in April. So it's kind of funny that my last episode was about burnout and then I kind of stopped and got caught up in life. You know how it is. But yeah, in July, I had jaw surgery. So if you are watching a video, you could probably see that I look a little different. Um, but yeah, I'm going to talk about my surgeries that I've had and kind of what's been going on with my life. So let's get into it. Let's run the intro. Just kidding, I don't have an intro, not yet. Welcome to Poised and Petty. This is my podcast where I document and talk about my transition from male to female. Um, this is just a podcast diary, really. It's just kind of what my transition is about, what I'm going through. It's a weekly, it's going to be a weekly conversation about gender transition, fashion, beauty, makeup, you name it, just self development, the art of being unstoppable and just petty enough to keep things interesting. So, if you want to follow along to my journey, I would appreciate the love, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. Um, but yeah, let's get into it. So, the last you heard of me was in April, and um, so I graduated, yeah, last spring with my first bachelor's degree, and now I'm graduating again in 3 weeks with my second bachelor's degree in marketing. And then in January of 2026, in a couple months, I'll be starting my master's degree. So I got accepted. I'll be going to UW Whitewater, which I'm very excited about. Um, yeah, so I've just been in school working, but I had jaw surgery in July. So that was a crazy journey. I had, um, it was triple jaw surgery. They broke my upper jaw into three parts. So they broke it right here, and it's still like swollen. And they say it takes about a year for it to completely go down and heal. So they broke my upper jaw, they expanded it a little bit and brought it forward. Then they broke my lower jaw and moved it back. And then they took out a little bit of my chin and kind of rounded that out. So that was an 11-hour surgery. Absolutely crazy. Um, I was nervous like going a week into it or a week before. I was starting to get nervous. And then when I got to the hospital and it started happening, that's when I got really nervous. I'm very lucky that my mom flew into town and kind of helped take care of me. I have some pictures to show that will. Let me find these pictures. Where are they? Do, do, do. Yeah, it was crazy. What a um, what a journey that was. Hold on, hold on. Why am I only seeing those pictures? Photos. Ah. Uh, okay, so let's get into it. Uh, Video capture 4. Add video capture an existing video form. Okay. Okay. So let's get into tab. Okay, so let's get into it. This is me and my mom, and she came out, like I said, for the jaw surgery, and a week before we went to the Renaissance Fair. So that is us, um, and my brother and his girlfriend and my friends were there also. They're not in the they're right there in the back. But yeah, oh, I love those nails. I need to get long nails again. But yeah. Okay, so this was actually before my first surgery. So I had two FFF surgeries. First one was fall of 2023, and this was the forehead brow bone reduction. They came in from the top, and then as they were finishing up, they lifted the skin up a little bit for like a brow raise, and then they brought the hairline down a little bit. So this was the first FFS, fall of 2023. Yeah, I had a little bruising and swelling in the forehead, obviously. Um, yeah, that wasn't too bad. I think I thought it was really bad going through it, but going through what I recently went through in July was brutal. So this was the day before jaw surgery. Yeah, July 2025. So as you can see, I look a little different now. um, yeah. So there's that. This is my underbite. As you can see, it's very pronounced. Probably my biggest insecurity that I have had my entire life. This was a couple days after. Yeah, so you can see, and the nose shape is just crazy different. I didn't think they didn't do anything to my nose, but because of how the bone structure is that they moved on the upper jaw, it changed the shape, which is very interesting. So this was, so I had, unfortunately, a complication. I think it was a week or 2 weeks. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna admit my hygiene was not the greatest. They really want you to clean your mouth as much as you can, rinse it. It's very hard. Your mouth is wired shut. I can't open it at all. Couldn't eat. I lost 30 pounds in like 3 weeks, which I've gained it back since. But my hygiene was just not up to par. And unfortunately, I got an infection and it was really bad. The days leading up to this, they want you to walk and move around. And I tried walking down the hallway and my heartbeat was really high. I was out of breath. I couldn't really breathe. And I thought it was just the healing process, but I woke up one morning super swollen. It was hard to swallow and breathe. And I ended up having to go back to the hospital. Again, it was 3 nights I stayed in from this, which the original surgery I was in for 3 nights as well. So the complication was not fun. I had to go in for surgery and they had to drain the fluid The swelling was pushing into my throat. I had one surgeon. It was an emergency surgery. They threw everyone together real quick. There was 4 surgeons, and one of them was like, "This is getting really bad. We're gonna have to intubate you while you're conscious to make sure the breathing tube goes in." And he's like, "I want to prepare going in through your neck in case we can't go in through your nose." And I freaked out. The think Thankfully the other surgeons were like, "We probably don't have to do that." Um, but if they couldn't get the breathing tube in through my nose, they would have had to go through my neck because the swelling was really bad. Luckily, they were able to get through. Getting intubated while you're awake is the worst thing in the entire world. Do not recommend it. 0 out of 10. Um, but I survived. It was about an hour to kind of drain the fluid, and that was really rough. But yes, I survived. Um, yeah, that was kind of it. So this was me the other day. I went and saw Young Gravy live, which is pretty cool. So I am about 19 weeks past surgery. He um Crazy the difference. Where is Yeah, that's just crazy. And the swelling and the numbness is gonna take a while. I'm still numb on my lower lip, still numb on my chin, and so I'm pointing at my screen like you can see, but right here where I had like shallowness in my cheeks, that's where the bones were broken, and that's where there's still swelling. So the surgeon said it'll take about a year for the swelling to go down and for everything to heal, and same with the numbness. So I am numb in the my lower lip and my chin still. Where is Yeah. So since they took out a bit of my chin, it's still numb to touch. And the weirdest thing is, right, I don't really know how to smile. It's like when you smile for pictures or whatever, like it just feels weird. I think with the numbness, with the bone structure changing, a little bit of the swelling still, like I don't know how to smile. So I think that is something I'm gonna have to practice and take pictures with over the years. Yeah, because it just feels so weird. Yeah. I'm not much of a smiler to begin with, so it's fine. This is kind of like my go-to smile. Um, yeah, so this is before my first FFS, and then this is today. Yeah, that is crazy. 2023 to 2025. Yeah, crazy. I'm excited for what the future continues to bring and changes that will happen. I am done with surgeries and doing stuff on the face. I know, hold on. I kind of want to get Botox in the future. My 11s are coming in, but that's probably it. Maybe a facelift in 10 years, but yeah, I think Botox is what I want to look into as well as skincare. I don't know any skincare. I don't know what I'm doing. I want to learn that and take care of kind of my new face. Um, yeah, that is that is about it. Um, yeah, That's just crazy. Seeing how I looked crazy. Ah, anyways, um, yeah, I will be back to doing this weekly. I hope to see you around. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, um, yeah, that is it. I'll see you next time. If you want to continue following me on my journey, um, I would love subscribe, like, follow, whatever the social media people want. um, yeah, I guess that's it. I will see y'all next week. Bye.